A while back, we did a hands-on review of the OnePlus A6T. Its arrival has made things tougher for many people looking to upgrade their phones. So at this price point, which one should you actually choose? The truth is, modern phones are all about differentiation. Even at the same price, their focus points vary. For this video, we brought back the OnePlus A6T along with the equally popular iQOO Neo 11 and Redmi K90 to help you analyze their respective highlights and advantages to see which one is the right answer for you. Let's start with the OnePlus A6T. Its biggest highlight has to be the 8,300 mAh battery, which is also the largest capacity among the three phones this year. In our lab rankings, the OnePlus A6T knocked out a bunch of new flagship products, lasting nearly 10 hours before shutting down. It's not just about the large battery capacity, it also debuted the flagship Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 chip, using the same architecture and process as the 8 Elite, so daily power consumption is controlled quite well. Some of you might be more concerned about the chip's peak performance. According to our tests, whether it's Genshin Impact or Honkai's Star Rail, the OnePlus A6T can run close to full frame rates at high graphics settings. It handles these large mobile games with no issues, so you don't need to worry about performance. The A6T's other ace in the hole is its 1.5K 165Hz ultra-high refresh rate screen, the only one in its class. Its ecosystem for native high frame rate gaming is quite comprehensive, covering MOBA, shooting, and fighting game genres. For instance, PUBG Mobile, the national level shooting game, was the first to offer a 165 FPS option on the A6T. In our tests, not only did the frame rate barely fluctuate, but the device temperature didn't get high either. We also tried the 165 FPS mode, and the frame rate was as steady as a flat line. Gamers know that 165 Hz means the image refreshes more immediately, allowing for faster reactions when encountering enemies, steadier recoil control, and more accurate aiming. That's why many people feel that once you try 165 Hz, you can't go back. Plus, with that massive battery backing you up, you don't need to worry about battery life even during high-load gaming. The system is another major advantage for the A6T. Whether it's fluidity, stability, or update frequency and quality, ColorOS 16 has a solid reputation. The A6T retains the alert slider on the left, which means it supports the full version of the Brino features. You can use AI to record content, bills, and meal pickup codes with one click. It can also call up my favorite voice capsule function, allowing me to record ideas via voice at any time, which is very convenient. Other AI functions like live conversation translation are also present on the A6T. In terms of game-related system features, the A6T is armed to the teeth. For Genshin Impact, AI helps you auto-loot and auto-break crowd control. Features like bypass charging and GPU super resolution rendering are all included. Regarding other specs, the OnePlus A6T offers up to IP69 dust and water resistance, the highest rating among the three phones. It's also equipped with an ultrasonic fingerprint sensor, a linear motor, and dual speakers. The main camera has a large 1.156-inch sensor with optical image stabilization, or OIS. Basically, it has everything you should expect at this price point. Next up is the iQOO Neo 11. Its advantage lies in its screen display. The resolution reaches 2K level, giving it a clear advantage in sharpness when watching Ultra HD videos or reading text like ebooks. Performance-wise, it carries the same tier Snapdragon 8 Elite. It's certainly capable of handling all kinds of mobile games. Utilizing its dual chip to reach 165 Hz, the internal independent display chip can perform super resolution and frame interpolation concurrently. However, we found that during gaming, the iQOO Neo 11's front temperature is usually higher than the back, which affects the handling a bit. We don't know if this is due to the screen's own power consumption or the thermal design. And although the iQOO Neo 11 is equipped with a 7,500 mAh battery, after a round of battery life testing, it actually didn't outlast the Redmi K90, which has a smaller battery. This might have something to do with its 2K resolution. System-wise, Origin OS 6 has fewer built-in gaming tools, and the super frame effect isn't as good as OnePlus or Redmi. Considering these points, I don't think the K90 is suitable for heavy mobile gamers. Of course, if you are just a light gamer, it's not a big problem. So what are the advantages of the K90? First is the build quality. After all, it uses a cold carved glass process that even some flagships don't have. The camera module is incredibly exquisite. The overall build quality is excellent, and paired with the relatively compact body size, it feels very good in the hand. Secondly, the external audio experience. The K90 features symmetrical dual speakers tuned in collaboration with Bose. The stand is wide and the stereo separation is relatively strong. Thirdly, the camera configuration. The K90 adds a 3x upright telephoto lens. The three cameras cover a more complete focal range, and it can handle cropped zooming. For those who enjoy photography, the practicality and playability are quite good. However, it's worth noting that this telephoto lens does not support optical image stabilization, or OIS, and the minimum focusing distance is quite far, so the shooting experience isn't ideal. By now, you should have a clear understanding of their pros and cons. If you are a heavy mobile gamer, especially especially if competitive games, and you want powerful performance backed by guaranteed battery life and smoothness, then the OnePlus A6T is very suitable for you. Considering the overall specs and user experience, the A6T is undoubtedly the best value phone in the under $400 range. And if you prioritize screen display quality and want sharper visuals for non-competitive large-scale mobile games like Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail, the iQOO Neo 11 would be a decent choice. If you are just a casual mobile gamer or don't play games at all and care more about build quality and peripheral specs like speakers and cameras, then the Redmi K90 is worth your consideration. Alright, that's it for this video. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.